We have been in a period of accelerated consciousness expansion, karmic lessons, and vibrational shifts since the September equinox. That trend in transformation and intensity is continuing into this new moon cycle as we prepare to welcome in the next wave of truth revealed, self-empowerment, and some exciting new beginnings. Tune in with me and get ready to receive your angels' messages for the new moon cycle spanning from November 1st through 14th, 2024. On November 1st, we have a new moon in deep, mystical, and intense Scorpio. According to the angels, the current energy we're in is about mustering up willpower, grit, and inner strength to focus upon our highest truths and highest values. Essentially, you're being helped to stand tall and confident in your power, claim your spiritual gifts, and shine your light resiliently and brightly, no matter what you may see happening in the world around you. This moon cycle has a huge potential to bring in some major shifts in our world. Despite the intensity this may bring in, there's also a very stabilizing, regenerative energy flowing into our collective at the same time. So, stay centered in faith, hope, and love. Do not fear, and know that when you amplify the light within you, you are the light for this world. With that in mind, let's dive straight into the angels' top 3 messages for this moon cycle ahead. All 3 of the messages I'm about to share with you will likely apply to your path in some way. But if you want to get a sense of which message is going to be your leading theme or lesson, then pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Whichever number you're feeling most intuitively drawn to will represent your leading angel message. Ready? Let's dive in. The angel's first message for this new moon cycle is all about tapping into the power within you. According to the angels, in divine truth, we all hold the spark or presence of the divine creator within us. As such, the source of all power in this universe already resides within you. Your power is God's power. And when you awaken fully to this truth, you are able to channel that beautiful power, which is based in love, into this world. We're currently being guided through important soul lessons at both the collective and individual levels of being to initiate us to this truth, to help us to claim our inner power more fully than ever before. Here are some of the things we can expect with this shift in our relationship with power. First off, we're being guided to shed victim consciousness. This is certainly being reflected in the cosmic energy of this new moon, as Chiron, the minor planet symbolizing the archetype of the wounded healer, is in Aries and in a sextile alignment with Jupiter. Aries is all about our relationship with I am, or in other words, with our identity and relationship with ourselves. So any wounds we are holding at the level of I am, wounds related to shame, guilt, disempowerment, or victimhood, are now being pushed into the light so that we can safely grow out of them. Now, Jupiter is a planet that symbolizes expansion and higher consciousness. This alignment between Jupiter and Chiron, the wounded healer, is symbolic of a shift in consciousness that serves our entry into higher consciousness. In other words, as you shed and heal past victim consciousness, shame, and disempowerment, you align with the divine power within you, and this helps you into a higher state of consciousness and empowerment in this world. The angels are also adding the message here that many of us will be guided to forgive whatever it was that ever seemingly stood in the way of our self-love and self-empowerment in the past. So you may be guided to forgive instances in which you felt shamed or victimized. This includes forgiveness both towards yourself and towards any others involved in these past karmic lessons or challenges. The angels want you to know that through forgiveness work, you have the power to heal your relationship with yourself. When you heal your relationship with yourself, you are naturally healing and uplifting your relationship with the divine creator source, since again, the divine can always be found within you. If you hold no blockages against yourself, you hold no blockages against God, and are better able to perceive, know, and align with divine power and divine truth. If you'd like help doing some forgiveness work around this new moon, then do check out my guided forgiveness meditation linked for you in the description below. Now, At an even deeper spiritual level of being, the angels want us to know that many of us are being called to tap into deep level spiritual power, including the power and wisdom of your ancestors. November 1st, the day of our new moon, happens to coincide with a time of year in which the veil between the spirit world and physical world is very thin. This happens every autumn and spring because the energies of death and birth accelerate, which opens many clear, high resonating portals between the physical and spiritual realms of being. November 1st is also widely celebrated as All Saints' Day, which then leads up to November 2nd, which is All Souls' Day, also known as the Day of the Dead. These celebrations perfectly line up with the thinning of the veils of the spirit world to help us honor all the human souls who have gone before us, most especially our ancestors and loved ones in heaven. According to the angels, many of us will be guided to reconnect with the souls of our ancestors during our dreams while we are sleeping, or during our spiritual practices so that we can receive a boost of their power, wisdom, and strength to guide us along this path. Many people will find that their spiritual gifts are being activated during this time, which will help with claiming a consciousness of true empowerment, the consciousness that knows and embodies the divine truth that your power is one with God's power, and so your power is unlimited and based in the forces of love. Now, along with these lessons and healing shifts related to power, it is quite possible for some of us to face off with power struggles. If it is necessary for you to stand up for your truth, inner authority, and self-sovereignty in some way, then the universe may show this to you in the form of a conflict or power struggle in which you may be called to speak up lovingly for the truth, create a boundary, or even walk away from what isn't serving you so that you can uphold your consciousness of empowerment harmoniously on your path ahead. We may also see these lessons on power struggles and conflict navigation on our collective world stage. Sometimes soul lessons are played out in public view on the world stage so that the whole collective can benefit from learning more about those lessons. As such, we have to address that we have a building opposition between Mars in the sign of Cancer and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. This alignment becomes exact on November 3rd and 4th, which are the days leading up to the US election, which takes place on November 5th. This alignment symbolizes individual power versus the power of the state or the group. It represents a clash between top-down authority versus the power of the individual and the power of the people. Please note that these intense accelerated lessons on power will be culminating over the next several days until November 19th. On November 19th, we might see a shift in that power struggle trend because it's on that date that Pluto finally shifts out of Capricorn and into Aquarius for the next 20 years. The theme of this shift is truly about self-sovereignty and inner authority. It's about waking up to the divine power within and shifting the world so that power favors the many in a grassroots up manner. We may be called to face, better understand, heal, or purge out anything that in the past has blocked a more balanced power based in fairness to all and self-sovereignty. Some of these same energy trends related to better understanding power struggles may show up again around January and April of 2025 too, so it's not our last chance to learn this stuff. We may revisit certain elements of this current lesson later on, all in favor of rooting into a new consciousness where power is concerned. Lastly, it is also worth noting that a strong theme of protecting your home, family, and roots may come up with these lessons related to power. The reason power goes out of balance in the first place is due to fear. So when one fears for the safety of their home, family, or roots, it is possible to adapt a fear-based relationship with power wherein one might either overexert power in an imbalanced way or underexert power in an equally imbalanced way. If this is a lesson your soul is meant to learn now, then you'll be strongly guided by your angels to remember that power is based in love and not in fear. Call in your angels for extra support, guidance, and help during this time, and know that they will answer your call immediately and unconditionally to help offer you the hope, faith, love, and truth that you need no matter what you're facing off in your life currently. The angel's second message for this new moon cycle is that new truth is about to come to light. Anytime the energy is ripe for a consciousness shift, we're typically going to align with a new and potentially higher perspective of the truth. Our current energies are no exception to this, and we are now powerfully aligning with truth in new ways. In terms of the cosmic energy, there are a few places in which we're seeing this reflected. First off, this powerful Scorpio energy symbolizes shining light into darkness, revealing hidden information, understanding secret information, and understanding deeper meaning connected to the deeper roots of your current life's situation or lesson. Secondly, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, opposing Uranus, the revolutionary planet. This alignment symbolizes shocking truth, shocking news, and big out-of-the-box ideas that come from seeing a situation in a new light. And then thirdly, we also have the planet Jupiter in retrograde, which symbolizes reevaluating your belief systems, seeking a deeper understanding of the truth, and revising your beliefs based on new facts and information. All in all, we're being guided to open our minds and see our lives from a new perspective. Be open to new information, facts, and ideas coming to the surface, which may shed a whole new perspective and value system on your current situation. Know that it's totally okay to pivot and choose a new direction based on a deeper understanding, which may include a more compassionate view of what's best for everyone involved. At a deeper psychic level, many people are being activated during their sleep time to receive new spiritual truths. So pay attention to your dreams. According to the angels, many people are awakening the higher partials of their consciousness. First, in the dream world, where they are learning to travel the spirit realm, communicate with higher dimensional spiritual guides, such as the angels, and open up to higher healing spiritual energies. If you find that you're receiving powerful dreams, or even many signs and synchronicities while you're awake, trust it. This means that your consciousness is being attuned to higher spiritual truth, and you are being guided to perceive and live from a higher wisdom. The angels would like to add a strong reminder here that when you expand your consciousness to something new, this helps you to create a new reality. So, as new truths come to light, this is not only raising our perspective, but also guiding us to co-create a new reality from this higher perspective. A reality that better harmonizes with universal, unifying truths. Now, on the world stage, know that it is possible for us to see secrets coming to light in any establishments or organizations where people are coming together under a shared value system. This can include truth coming to light in religious or community organizations, or even in government or politics. Whatever you see, hold on to peace, keep faith in the loving forces that unify us, and know that it is always safe to hold compassion for everyone. Truth coming to light may not always feel easy or comfortable, but in this case, the truth coming forward is ultimately in support of a bigger process of healing and unification. As truth comes to light, remember that when you focus on peace, hope, and love, you create a reality of peace, hope, and love. The angel's third message for this new moon cycle is all about regeneration. According to the angels, many of the soul lessons we're currently undergoing are setting the stage for awakening that will help us with regeneration. We're not only being guided to break down the old and let go of what no longer serves us during this period of accelerated healing and awakening. We're also being guided to give birth to something new. Out of the ashes of the old, new ideas, new consciousness, and new hope is rising. According to the angels, the energy of regeneration is seeding through many areas of life right now. Many souls are being activated who have life purposes related to technology, healing, and innovation, so that we may learn and create in ways that regenerate our health and longevity, uplift our way of life, and regenerate our relationship with the earth. Important seeds are being planted in our collective consciousness right now, which have a huge potential to give way to strong collective efforts to manifest more peace in the world from 2026 through 2028. In other words, we are now seeding the path for the next several years wherein we'll be walking over a bridge of change and making concrete steps towards a new earth. The angels want you to know that right now, many souls are specifically being activated at the level of their DNA in order to expand into their light bodies and access higher consciousness. There is a spiritual component to all of our DNA that includes deep universal information that comes directly from the divine source of this universe. That spiritual component of your DNA is being activated now so that more of your spiritual gifts can come online. The gift that is now activating the most for many of us is learning how to sculpt reality with our consciousness. Our consciousness literally has the ability to bend space and time. Using this ability deliberately and consciously begins with our accepting, realizing, better understanding, and claiming this ability. Once we do so, we'll be guided to a deeper knowledge of the ways in which we can work with intention, thought, light, and sound to shift our realities and harmonize with the creative power of the divine creator source. In truth, we already do much of this now. We just don't all consciously realize it, or at least not fully. In order to begin tapping into the gifts of the light body and higher consciousness, you may find that you're being guided into disciplined spiritual practices such as meditation, shamanic journey, yoga, breath work, prayer work, or any other type of practice that helps you to become more aware of the presence and power of your consciousness. The angels want you to know that they are holding sacred, protective space around all those souls who are awakening to their higher partials of their consciousness and expanding their light bodies now. We are supported, loved, and guided with incredible compassion and love as we undergo this transition of consciousness. If you feel that you're here to help lead this transition of consciousness, not only for yourself, but also for others, then I'd love to help and empower you in any way that I can. If you'd like serious training on how to open your spiritual channeling gifts to the highest level, catalyze your ascension path, and undergo the inner work needed to hold space for others, then click the link I left for you in the description below to apply for my Angelic Ascension coaching program. Angelic Ascension isn't a course, but rather a coaching journey with me, where I teach you everything I wish that I knew before I began my work as a healer. If you want to be a channel for the angels and share this gift with others, then this is the best preparation and training I can offer you to do so, as well as to experience a big personal transformation. Again, you can click the link below to learn a little more and apply to work with me. The last big message the angels want to give you on this current flowing energy of regeneration is that there is a stabilizing frequency coming in with it. This is great news since lately the world's energy has felt quite destabilizing and volatile. There is a stabilizing, rooting energy coming through that will be helping us to root into source energy, divine truth, and the path of our highest divine good. This new moon falls, by the way, very auspiciously on Diwali, the Hindu festival of light, which celebrates the triumph of light and goodness over darkness in the world. This energy of new light and hope is strong, and the more you pay attention to it, the more you'll expand it and root it into your world. Thank you for being that light and for receiving these messages today. It's an honor to be connected with you. Do check out the links I left for you below to do my forgiveness meditation and to apply to work with me in my Angelic Ascension coaching program. I am so grateful for your presence. And as always, I want you to remember that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye.